Hello and welcome everybody to today's episode of Prem de la Creme, episode 10, the final group stage episode. And I've got a beautiful panel today, and we've got some beautiful storylines that we're going to be touching upon. What happened yesterday? What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen the day after tomorrow? What's going to happen the day after tomorrow's tomorrow? Right? All that and more in today's episode of Prem de la Creme. I'm joined by my esteemed panel. I'm going to go to my right first. The guy who usually hosts this, the guy who's taking a back seat today, the guy who's a chiller today. Talk to me, Mr. Nawaze NT.
How's it going, everybody? Yeah, no, I am here. I'm gonna allow Hamza to obviously take the wheel. Hamza's at the wheel, right? Get that trending on Twitter. And yeah, I'm gonna definitely be speaking about football from my fans' perspective. Some big games happened, obviously, and yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yes, bro. Yes, Dictator Mbappe is giving me some joy to him. Let me host. So shout out to him. And now obviously we got all the way from Arsenal in Durban, my boy Max Said. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, bro. Been under the weather, but excited to be back with you boys. Excited to go through the good set of fixtures we've watched over the past day or two. So yeah, let's get into it.
Definitely, bro. I think narratives are starting to be created, and the narrative that is going to be created in the next hour, well, it involves this man down below, Big Pav. Are you excited for today's episode? Are you excited for Croatia versus Ghana?
Excited is not the word. I'm extremely worried and concerned, but that being said, we're going to go through today's episode, have an amazing time, go through all the games that happened, all the games that are going to happen, and what we think the rest of this World Cup is going to look like. I cannot wait. Let's go.
Let's freaking go, guys. Let's freaking go. We believe
that
we can win. We believe that we can win. Come on, guys.
Yes. Let's talk some soccer, guys. Let's talk some soccer.
Put in the freaking goal hole, man. Put in the freaking goal hole. I love Haaland. Oh, my God. But, yeah, talking of Haaland, we'll be talking about him today. But we're going to start, as we always do, with the game that's about to happen, which is all the Group L games. So we have England versus Panama, and we have Croatia versus Ghana. Obviously, there's the Group L decider. Currently, what we have going on is England top of the group, shock, on 4 points. Ghana second on 4 points as well, only one goal behind a goal difference. Croatia on 3 points, and Panama, unfortunately, are on 0 points. They cannot qualify, but Croatia, Ghana, and England definitely can. So, yeah, we're going to talk about those two games. As I said, it's England versus Panama and Croatia versus Ghana. So, the manner I'm going to go to is Big Pav, right? Because obviously it concerns my team and your team, the colors that we're wearing today. So how are you feeling about the Croatia-Ghana game, England-Panama game? How do you foresee Group L basically being decided?
I think the biggest match from today will actually be Croatia versus Ghana. England are expected to beat Panama. If they don't, then it's going to be a huge scandal and definitely launch some worries about what their campaign is going to look like. But for Hrvatska, we've been talking a lot about what do they have to do to qualify, even if they lose, what circumstances could still allow them to go through. I don't think you can look at it that way. I think you have to look at it as win and in, and it would also get you up to second place as well, which is huge. The lineup actually just got released. Modric will start and Kovacic, but a big one that will not be in the starting lineup is Joško Gvardiol. He has actually been dropped. He's been benched because of his poor performances in the last two matches, especially against Panama. The guy looked like a child out there. He looked like he did not belong out there, whether that's fitness, whether that's sharpness, it does not matter. He cannot be on the football pitch at the moment because he's that much of a liability. Other than that, Marko Pasalic did get dropped. Nikola Vlasic will be starting, who has experience with the national team. Petar Sucic, who's a young player, Baturina, who's a young player. They're both coming in. Baturina was Croatia's best player in the last game. So definitely keep an eye out for that because Nico Paz as well is confirmed to be going to Real Madrid. And next season, we could see Baturina break out as being one of the best young prospects in Europe. He played like a baby Hazard in the most recent game. So winning in, that's what matters. Forget the draw.
Yeah.
Forget losing and losing the right way. Go out and get the dub.
Yeah, because obviously if you win, you're on 6 points. And then obviously if England slip up, you then go to top of the group and you're on the easier side. So as you said, it's winning in. But I mean, how do you feel like Ghana's going to play against you guys? Do you think they're just going to do what they did against England and let you have the ball and sit back? Or how do you foresee that playing out?
I think that's dangerous because whereas against England, they have so much firepower, and if you open up, they can get hurt. It's kind of the opposite with Hrvatska, where if you just sit back and you sit in this block, we are most comfortable being that possession-based, technical side, passing it around, trying to work in the pockets. Again, Modric, we have also Kramaric on the bench, who is one of our best strikers. He's like a false nine. He can definitely work in those spaces. So I think for Ghana, you might actually see them open up a little bit, try and go for the game more, just because we can't really hurt teams in behind either. We don't really have a lot of pace. We don't have a lot of explosivity. But if you play into our hands and you let us pass the ball around, then you're going to have problems.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Mac, like, obviously we spoke about the Croatia game, obviously touched upon that, but how do you think Group L is going to kind of like shape up by the end of tonight?
It's gonna be an interesting watch. Huh? England, again, I don't think we need to go into that. I think England, it's a simple W for them. If they lose it, it's one of the biggest bottlers in history, I think. But other than that, I don't think they would do that. It's an easy win for them. But like Prem said, I think the Croatia and Ghana is going to be the big one. I hate Ghana, I'll be honest with you. But they're an African country. We all know why I hate Ghana. Okay? We all know, no one knows. But I really want to see Croatia get over the line. It's going to be a good watch, I think. But I'm going for 1-1 draw with them.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that would lead them as basically the best placed third teams, because they'll be on 5 points then, I believe. No, they'll be on 4 points. Yeah, but they'll still be basically the best placed third team. But yeah, Nawaz, I mean, where do you see Group L ending up?
Yeah, no, I think definitely England walk away with the W. I think Panama, if I'm not mistaken, lost all 5 World Cup matches across the 2 competitions they've qualified for. I don't think they've actually won a World Cup match. Obviously, the Ghana one came quite late also with the 95th minute winner from Ghana. So I think England get the job done. And yeah, I think that what perhaps also the big game here is Ghana-Croatia.
Yeah.
I think Ghana have what it takes to just see off Croatia. I think Croatia likely need a win here to guarantee their confirmation into the next round. They'll need the win. I think a draw at 4 points. It'll be interesting to see how's the 8 best third place teams table looking. If 4 points is still enough, it depends on goal difference. Then
yeah, I think
4 points definitely. 4 points will definitely get you through. But yeah, go for it, Puff.
Yeah, 4 points will get you through. If, again, you get the draw, you're in. But my big worry is we can't go in and play for a draw, because then by going that negative, we bring unnecessary pressure onto ourselves in the game, and that can result in us not scoring and then Ghana getting a last-minute winner. And then what do you know? We're out of the World Cup. So you have to go in with the mentality to win. Plus, also, it's the idea that we are Croatia. We are 2 past semifinalists, finalists. It would be such a massive sign of a drop-off if we go out in the group stage, go out and win. If we can't beat Ghana, then I think there's serious conversations that have to be had within the country, within the national team about what we're doing here.
Yeah, I think when push comes to shove, you should beat them. I mean, Ghana are not scrubs. Like, their FIFA ranking actually is not sort of true to how they play. As Mac mentioned on the previous episode, they basically changed the way that they played. That's like much better for their players. So that'll be interesting. And yeah, obviously they drew against England. And talking of England, obviously the lineups came out. No Madueke, no Gordon, no Reece James, no Declan Rice. Right? I mean,
Jarrell.
Yeah, and Jarrell Kwanzaa's playing. I mean, no, as you can take it, but as in, like, with those 4 out, do you still think that they have what it takes to get over the line versus Panama?
Who's the right back for England?
It's Jarrell
Kwanzaa.
That's a bit of a sticky one, eh? Anyways, no,
I'm so no, actually, because Jarrell Kwanzaa only played 1 game for Liverpool at right back. It was against Newcastle when we drew 3-3 in our title-winning season. But yeah, he had a bit of a stinker. Gordon had him on ropes that game.
Yeah.
But Mac, you can go for it.
No, but it's a bit questionable, like, in terms of Tuchel. Why did he take Chalobah instead of another right back? You know, Reece James is always susceptible to injury. I know. Yeah, I know. I'm saying that in hindsight, but he should have thought about that. It's poor from his side, man management. But maybe he has something against Trent. We don't know what their conversations were like and what happened. So on a serious note, we don't know. Something good.
Because he coached Reece James at club level, bro, so he was going to have favorites. So instead of avoiding that whole favorites conversation and headlines, he said,
even the Chalobah one. Yeah.
It was just not bring
Yeah. I mean, I think it was silly. But I think he took Livramento, but Livramento got injured. So I would assume Livramento would have played here.
But that's what I'm saying. Why does the guy go for Chalobah instead of an actual right back to bring in as a replacement?
Because he can play across the back 4, innit? because he's not meant to play. Chalobah basically came to be part of the group, but he's not going to play, right? He's like the best case scenario is he doesn't play. That's what it is, and it's same with whoever came. Best case scenario is that 26 man doesn't play, you know. But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. England should have enough to get the job done, I think. Personally, I think it's going to be 2-0 England. I don't think it's going to be run away with it. Panama have been quite tight at the back. They gave away a last-minute goal against Ghana. Like, they kept Croatia pretty much down. Obviously, the game finished with 1-0. So I don't think they're just like bona fide scrubs. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope we beat them like 6-0 and we get back on the winning trail, but I don't foresee that's happening. I think it's like a easy 2-0. Well, not easy, but like we'll get the job done. Because if we don't, we're on the hard side of the draw. We're on the side with Netherlands, France, Spain, Germany, and potentially Portugal as well, right? If Argentina get another Mickey Mouse run, bloody hell! If they get another Mickey Mouse run, I don't know how I'm going to take that, but we will see. We will see about that, and we'll get into that a little bit later on in terms of Group J. But go for it, Noaz.
Well, I was going to say, I was like, because you were saying, like, you know, will England probably get another 6-1? 7 players from Panama starting 11 are actually still in the squad from that 6-1 defeat back in 2018. So it's more likely than not. It's more likely than not.
Who are they starting?
I would like that,
back?
bro.
Sorry, actually, who are they
Jarrell
starting at
Kwanzaa.
left back? England. Okay, so they're starting Kwanzaa at right
Nico
back.
Riley, Gahey, Konza, and Jarrell Kwanzaa.
So
Okay,
why didn't you start Spence? Sorry, Pam.
Yeah, where is Spence actually?
Maybe he's their starter now, which is a little odd because Nico O'Reilly does offer a lot of attacking options, right? Not only is he a good dribbler in tight spaces, but he's also somebody that.
But you think Jed Spence is
really
the
strong
starter?
I think that Tuchel has made Jed Spence the starter, yeah.
Low key, bro. That's why he actually has a Spence fetish, did you say?
Let me check this out.
Yeah, Spence is on the bench, yeah. He's on the bench, so he's fit.
Oh, so
I hope you're wrong, pal.
O'Reilly's playing.
I hope you're wrong.
No.
Because Nico Riley is by far and away the better left back. And he's all right. He was decent in the first game. He wasn't like terrible.
This is the power of Thomas Tuchel. I love Thomas Tuchel, obviously, but this is, I guess, the big takeaway is he has some questionable talent ID. One thing I will say is keep an eye out for Christian Martinez for Panama. He's quite good. He was somebody that was ripping Joško Gvardiol apart. Tricky winger, tough. If you don't, stick on him too hard, he's going to find a way to hurt you. So keep an eye out for him. I thought that he was quite good in the past game. He also got man of the match too.
Fair enough. I feel like that
It's
might be
gonna
another.
score, bro. Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be another Comencia moment. Honestly, another Comencia moment happening, bro.
No. He's decent. He's decent, but he's not gonna win Panama the game. I think that England are gonna win. I'm gonna say 4.
Now, Comencia didn't could have started the game either.
Yeah, but he got the goal
Yeah.
and it was a banger, low key.
Yeah.
It was a banger. It was a historic moment. It's one of the best. Honestly, it's one of the best moments of the World Cup so far.
Yeah,
Especially for
no,
you.
it was big that. But let's just do real quick. I'm gonna go around everybody. Just do quick. Just give me the score predictions for both games. So I'll start with Noaz.
Yeah, so I think England definitely will just get the job done here. Nothing too fancy. A cheeky 4-0. Nothing too fancy.
4-0. And then the Croatia Ghana.
That one day I'm going to go a bit more bold and I'm going to say Ghana. I think if I'm not mistaken, they still haven't conceded yet in this World Cup. Croatia, if they're still playing the likes of Mandzukic and them, man, 2026. I don't think that I'm just like, but I don't think Croatia actually do break this Ghana defensive. England couldn't. I don't think Croatia does. So, 0-0. 0-0.
Okay, go on, Matt. Give us a scoreline.
I think England are not going to overdo it. They're going to enjoy themselves out there. They're going to simple 2-0 victory. And then from Ghana's side, I told you, 1-1. Like Pav said, they have technicians in the midfield. They have the engine. So they can break down the low block. Up front, I don't know how good their firepower is, Croatia, to do the job. So that's purely by basis of why I'm going with 1-1.
And Pav?
I'm in Kramaric also, by the way. Sorry, I'm in Kramaric.
I'm gonna go with solid
Kills you,
4-0. Yeah, I was gonna say Mandzukic has been gone for a long time. England, I think they're gonna be Panama 4-0. I think it's gonna be routine. But I think that with Hrvatska versus Ghana, I said 1-1, but I just think it's one of those cases of having to rise to the occasion that's going to have Croatia pull through, get a result. I'm going to say 2-1. I think it's going to be a case of us going down and then climbing back up. I'm going to say 2-1, come from behind victory, similar to how Ecuador did it against Germany. I got Hrvatska going through in second place in this group.
Yeah, I back it. I think 2-0 England, and I'm going to go for a... You know what? I think it will be a low-scoring game. You know what? I don't back it. You know what? I do back it. I'll go 2-1. I'll go 2-1 Croatia. But that is Group L. Those are the games that are about to happen. So let's see if they come to fruition probably on this podcast. But yeah, let's move on to what happened yesterday's games. So obviously, we had Group I, we had Group G, and we had Group H, which is France's group, Spain's group, and Belgium's group. So we'll go through those one by one in chronological order. And we start, and you know, I know who I'm going to start with this one. This was the group between where Norway played France and Senegal played Iraq. And one man on this panel made a very passionate video regarding what happened in one game. So I'm going to go straight to him. Big Dot Pav, Norway versus France, Group I. You can talk about both the games, but I need you to talk about Norway, France first. What were your thoughts on that, my friend?
It was disgusting. So many people in my comments are defending Norway rotating their entire team. My first question is, do these people hate the game? Do they hate football? These people are not football fans. They are football observers, because fanaticism was completely betrayed yesterday with how Norway acted about this game. And it's the arrogance as well, the idea that, oh, if we, move to this bracket instead of this bracket, we're going to get an easier side of the draw. I'm sorry. This is your guys' first World Cup in 20 plus years. You can't, the idea that you're going to go up in a game against anyone and it's going to just be one side's going to be easier than the other. It's a disrespect to the competition. In my opinion, mentally, you screw yourself, because if things in the next game don't go the way that you plan, right? Your players are out of form as they are in comparison to if they started, if they played well, if you put up a good fight. You lost your momentum. You got beaten 4-1. You got a couple days extra rest. But then if you go into the next game and things don't go well against Ivory Coast, who are a very tough team, one of the other dark horses of the competition, the allowance for the mentality to then be, did we mess up doing that move? It's going to be so much greater than if you just tried your best in that France game to top the group. And instead now it's one of those things where this is such a boomer bust move for so little benefit, in my opinion, because you've got Brazil, you've got Argentina, you potentially have Portugal and England on the same bracket. Like, this could very well be a needless move that detriments your team for very little reason. I just think,
do you not feel it was more down to player fitness than the right side of the racket? Because as you mentioned, I know people are talking about like one side's easier than the other, right? But like, they could have directly replaced France. Do you not feel like it was just like keeping the players like in check? I know what you mean about like you can play yourself out of form, because realistically, Haaland will play one game and the other game probably 10 days. Like, there's 10 days in between, and in a World Cup, that's a long period of time. Do you not feel like there's some sort of onus towards the fitness side of things?
But I think that 10 days is more than enough for you to be rested. Like, you can totally play the game, substitute if you have to, be aware of fitness, obviously, if it's a must. But also, are you bringing in like non-fit players? Are you bringing in guys that aren't ready to play in this tournament? Like, what's going on? If fitness is that much of a concern, where did this issue originate from? That's the other question. So it's just one of these things where, again, it would make sense if Norway already got first place in the group. There's already been a lot of false equivalencies on my video. I think it's because of my accent. People just immediately will think the opposite without actually watching the video. But people said, oh, what about the US? What about when they benched all their players? Well, they already were qualified right away. They were already first. They were already guaranteed that. So yes, of course, you're not going to do it if there's no benefit to it. But in my opinion, this is the opposite. Like, with this strategy, the benefit of it in comparison to potential detriments, it's not proportional. That's my issue. So for me, it's just one of those things where if this backfires, it will be debilitating to the Norwegian FA and to the Norwegian national team. It could be disastrous. Why would you put yourself in as a team in that position?
I think it's an interesting talking point, man. I do think, because even there's another point where you could say devil's advocate on the other side. Well, we want to get these other 11 players ready and fit if they're called upon for the next round because they haven't played, right? So there's that side. But I mean, Mac, that game, the Senegal game, man. Like, what were your thoughts on those things?
Yeah, bro. Like you said with Norway, I don't think it was a decision made on fitness, because at the end of the day, these are professional footballers. They know what they signed up for. They know what they've been in the game for over 10 years, even going until like they are 10 and 11 years old, bro. They know what they are doing. So in terms of injuries and fitness, and I don't think it was Norway on the other hand, even though they sacrificed their 10 players, changed it around, I felt that they still put a fight for France. But again, it showed on the day France were ultimately too good for them and put them away. With regards to the other game, Senegal literally showed their class. And they didn't just put them away. They fired them away. The bangers these guys got. Papa guy, that guy, every time he got the ball, he was like, shoot. He almost got a hat trick of bangers. That's how close he was. The third one literally just went past the ball. I was like, this guy, his shots, like even at AFCON, bro, this guy would just take the ball and boom, goal. He's fire, bro. This is someone I think the Premier League team needs to look at. He plays for Villarreal at the moment, but I think he needs to come to the Premier League. Senegal knew what they had to do, get a big scoreline, ultimately to get them into that third place position, because if they won by 1 or 2 goals, they were never getting there. So credit to them that they got that big scoreline, 5 goals. Ultimately, it pushed them into the driving spot to get that last. I think they probably get that 7th or 8th position as the best.
It was almost like Iraq gave up. That's what it felt like. Iraq basically gave up. Zidane Iqbal basically gave them a goal, but Iraq gave up, I feel like, which was perfect for Senegal.
Bro should have just changed his name in that point in time. I don't know what he was trying to tap, go around.
And then you start blaming other people, bro. That's the worst. That's an insight to why Utrecht have got rid of him. But we'll see, man. I mean, Noah's, bro. I know everyone's talked about Norway and whatever. Can you just talk to me about Dembele? Just real quick, talk to me about his 30-minute hat trick. 30-minute of bangers, bro. Please give the people a soliloquy on that. You're muted.
Sorry, awkward. Now, I was saying it was important for him to get that hat trick as well, because obviously there's been this narrative of like he's done so well, at club level, and he hasn't really done well on international level. And now after winning the Ballon d'Or and winning back-to-back Champions Leagues, can he finally do it? I think he finally told everyone else, like Haaland, Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, I'm here. The current Ballon d'Or winner, the current best player in the world is here at this World Cup. Let me just drop a hat-trick on the dictator's head as well. Give him a front row seat. But I think it was a good performance from Dembele. Good goals as well. I don't think you can fault any of them. Like he showed why he's the best player in the world. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else really to say. It's not new news. It's old news. Dembele is one of the best players in football.
Yeah.
Let's take 4
Definitely,
goals now.
He's on 3.
Him. No, he's on 4.
Did he not score 1? I think he's on 4.
Yeah, he scored against Iraq as well.
Did he? I thought he passed it to Mbappe. Did he go another one?
No. He passed it to Mbappe for Mbappe's second goal.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was
So that's on 4. He's also in the Golden Boot competition now.
Yeah, it just one game is all it takes. But I think it was also his. It was the second earliest hat trick, I think, in World Cup history.
Yeah.
Let's see if Hamza's ball knowledge is good. Who scored the fastest?
I'm the one.
By the way, let me just real quick. Pav, can you tell me the player who scored the most goals in one World Cup finals?
In one World Cup finals match, I think he's a Russian guy.
No, not match. Like the whole tournament. So like one edition of the tournament. Didn't
R9 score 8? Or no, Just Fontaine. He got it in one tournament.
I told you. Fuck.
This guy was born, man.
Bro, his record is mad. His World Cup record is insane. But that's
Imagine he played more than one. Imagine he played more than one. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's his only one. Yeah, no, Pav. Nawaz asked me that yesterday in my head. I was like, that's not even ball knowledge. But I was thinking, if Pav doesn't know it, then it's ball knowledge. So I was low-key thinking, Pav doesn't get it. Then I can feel good about myself.
bro.
I know it also.
no-
So I can always use it in the parties and all that, in the brine. The brine.
He's gonna impress. He's gonna impress the ladies with that.
Yeah,
Bro, I
no,
have to. Just one day, bro. Just saying that name probably would make them excited.
Yeah, bro.
but
Oh my god, you know ball.
But can we talk about also I thought Oscar Bob had a decent game, right? But I think Norway showed their reliance on Erling Haaland and Strand Larsen, bro. That was the worst penalty I think I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, we'll talk about Taremi, right? But why this tournament have there been so many stinker penalties? Real talk, man. Messi stinker, Taremi stinker, and now
Strand Larsen's the
my
worst,
brother
bro.
that you just said, Strand Larsen. It was
Strand
so
Larsen.
bad, so
Just the
bad.
worst,
Like,
Yeah,
but
it's horrible.
Norway in general, I think going forward, you can tell that they've got like good attackers, they've got good like free flowing, all that sort of stuff. Defensively, I think that's really vulnerable. Honestly, I think they got carved open way too easy in the transition by France, and I think like against Ivory Coast, like when they counterattack, that could be a problem for them, man. Like Pepe can destroy that. Forget Jan Diamande, bro. Pepe can literally.
Yeah.
Pepe took Tar to the cleaners, bro. Look, what can he do against bloody Van Wolfer, right, or Mulder's son, or whatever his name is? Yeah. So yeah, I think that's something to keep an eye out. But does anyone else have anything else to say on Group I before we move to Group G?
We all good.
We covered it all.
I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Cool. Well, yeah, as I said, we'll move on to Group G, which was the group where... no, not that one. We'll go to Group H. We'll go in chronological order. Spain, Cape Verde, Uruguay, and Saudi Arabia. So Cape Verde versus Saudi Arabia, Spain versus Uruguay. And what happened was Spain came out victorious with a close 1-0 win, and Cape Verde drew with Saudi Arabia 0-0 and booked their ticket into their first World Cup finals with 3 draws. It's given Portugal 2016 vibes. Nawaz is very excited to talk about this. So let's start with Group H conversation with Mr. Nawaz ANT.
Okay, obviously Spain is my team, and so like fair play. We got the win, 7 points, not bad. But people like to, especially I hope Jamie Carragher is watching this. Right, Jamie Carragher, I hope you're watching this. Likes to disrespect all the African countries, right? But I think 7 out of the 8 or 9, I can't remember exactly how many are here.
10.
8 or 9. 10.
10.
7 of them have already qualified into the knockouts, right? And 2 times World Cup winners, Uruguay, they haven't even won a game this whole competition. Right? And they're not the only teams disappointing. There's so many other countries that are seen as these established countries that's actually not performing. So yeah, I mean it was a goalkeeping mistake essentially that gave Spain the victory. But Uruguay are probably it's just so crazy to say this, right? It's not crazy to say this, but the biggest disappointments at this World Cup.
I mean, look at it like this, Nawaz, bro. God is just. Allah is just, right? For what they did in 2010, 2014, grouped by Costa Rica, right? 2018, knocked out by France. 2022, can't even remember when they got knocked out. Probably some early stage. 2026, grouped again. This shows that God is just, man. And I want to ask Mac this, yeah, because obviously he's the coach in the chat, right? The tactical camps. Make sure you're locked into all those videos, right? Marcelo Bielsa, right? Obviously, he's an enigma of a manager, right? Leeds, he ripped up. Other clubs, he ripped up. But he never wins anything. And this time at Uruguay, they didn't win a single game. They lost to Spain. They couldn't beat Cape Verde. They couldn't beat Saudi Arabia. They couldn't really score that many goals. They couldn't get unlocked. And then obviously, he gets super frustrated after the match. I mean, what's your overall thoughts on Marcelo Bielsa as a Uruguay manager and also Uruguay in general?
Listen, when you talk about Bielsa, you talk about tactics. Everyone thought he'll be giving a tactical masterclass going into this tournament. Defensively, we know he does a job, but attackingly was always a question. But this tournament proved like there were a lot of questions in regards to attacking wise and defensive work. Uruguay were literally all over the place. The Spain game against Uruguay, I know the keeper made a lot of mistakes, but the defending was shocking. Like Spain was going through them, like, bro, it was like statues just playing through them, like tiki-taka, the normal type of football play. And then, bro, ultimately, Uruguay should be disappointed with themselves. Bielsa, like I said, he prided himself on defensive work. But defensively, they were so shocking. I don't know whether they were high pressing, whether they were doing a low block. If someone had to paint the picture of watching that game, I don't think anyone had an idea what was Uruguay's thoughts going into that game. But it looked like they wanted to win it. But when they tried to go on the front foot, they didn't have that further oomph to go and do it. Spain always had something for them. I don't think Spain was better on the day. I just think both teams were shit. Both keepers were shit on the day. But Muslera just dropped the stinker. And that's a recurring theme over the last 3 games in this group. So Uruguay have not been good. Spain kind of deserved their 1-0 win. And in summary, we saw Uruguay's tournament in a nutshell.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And yeah, Pav, I mean, I know we spoke about Spain and Uruguay's poor performance. I want to actually ask you, you can touch on them, but I want to ask you about Maximiliano Araujo. Obviously, we're both Chelsea fans, and we're getting heavily linked to Maximiliano Araujo. What's your thoughts on him as a potential signing, and also his performance during this World Cup?
I think when you looked at Uruguay, I saw a real lack of firepower and just a lack of quality throughout the entire team. We think of Uruguay as being one of these big teams. Obviously, they're 2-time World Cup champions, but they were both, 1950 and 1934. So it's been a long time since they, did well. Even back in 2010, that was seen as more of a blip. They did win a couple of Copa Americas, but I think with Maxi Araujo, he was the one real attacking spark. He's a guy where if we sign him for a left wing back role, he's more of a winger than he is a fullback. Defensively, he's not very good, but what he is he's athletic, he's fast, he's willing to make runs in behind. That's the type of player that Chelsea could get, and I'm a fan of that. Now, would I prefer somebody like Diego Mojera? Maybe, because he's already been at the club. Goodmanson has been linked with us as well from Leeds. I think that he's a good player too. So Maxi Araujo, I thought, impressed me. More even than impressed me, he justified why I liked him in the first place. But other than that, with Uruguay, very directionless. I think even the team itself are not fully behind Marcelo Bielsa. And I think the display as well from the Uruguay player at the end of the game as well showed just how disconnected they were as a team and as a unit.
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously Max, fucking hell, that's not his name. I was thinking Maximiliano Araujo. No, Mac mentioned it. Obviously, he's Bielsa's like a tactical man. Obviously, the disconnect comes from the fact that he's mustn't be that great of a man manager, and you can kind of see that through his whole career. But somebody who is a good man manager is the Cape Verde manager. I don't have the name on the top of my head, but I do have Vizinha's name on the top of my head, right? Because I think there was a stat came out after 60 minutes, both teams combined expected goals like 0.3. Or something ridiculous like that.
This was the most open game I've seen in a long, long time. Like, I was switching literally between both channels. It was so open. Cape Verde, if they didn't qualify, they would have kicked themselves in the ass. Literally. The amount of chances. They have this one guy, Gary Rodriguez. He even played for Galatasaray in the past. Bro, it was worse than watching Madueke play. This guy got the ball, ran out of play, got the ball, ran out of play, got the ball, skied it into the stands, He did that probably like 6 times in the game. And every time they got through that the right-hand side, this guy just failed to deliver. It's like similar in the previous game, Hamza, I think you talked about, where they had chances to finish, but all they saw was glory. And they were just shooting aimlessly from nowhere, instead of actually putting the chances together and trying to get into the final third and delivering. It was very poor, I felt, from Cape Verde. But the main thing is they qualified. They shut Saudi out. I thought Saudi was this. They actually, I think the
92nd minute
or something, they almost got and clinched it with them. Imagine if that had to happen. Yeah, Cape Verde would have felt it heavily, and that would have been a dagger in your heart. Going into the next round, though, I think they're going to catch a hiding. Sorry, Cape Verde fans. Like, I was backing you all, but you're playing Argentina, so. Sorry.
Yeah, they could. They could definitely get cooked, man. But we'll see, man. I mean, the fact that even they've got to this point is incredible.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
But we'll move on to the final group of yesterday, which was Group I. This is the Belgium's group, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Obviously, Belgium ran out 5-1 winners against New Zealand, and obviously we'll touch upon that. And Egypt, Iran, this was a very interesting game because it went very high very early, then simmered down a bit, and then at the very end it came back into things. So let's hand it over to Pav, because obviously I don't know if he was awake for this one. He might not have been awake, but he's probably the most likely to have been awake for this game. So what did you think of how Group G ended in the end?
With Belgium.
With Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand.
I watched Belgium versus New Zealand just because I was curious, right? Will Belgium dig themselves out of this hole that they've gotten themselves into through their last 2 draws? They did beat New Zealand, which was, I guess, expected, but they look so unconvincing. And Kevin De Bruyne has not turned up to this World Cup at all. We talk about all the stars, they're out, they're performing. And this has been the best group stage of any World Cup that I've seen. But Kevin De Bruyne has most certainly showed his age and showed his limits as a player in terms of just the progression physically or lack thereof because of all the injuries that he's had. Same with Romelu Lukaku. But this was standard for Belgium. I feel like it actually would have been a more difficult game if they didn't score right out of the gate. Trossard scoring that goal from that corner. But good for Belgium. They're through. I think even if they get knocked out in the round of 32, it'll still be a successful enough campaign because you have to look beyond the name of the country and look at the team that they have on the pitch. It's not good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so you're saying that 5-1 victory was just like masking over the cracks, basically?
It was masking over the cracks, and I think more so it was they opened the floodgates early, and that's what resulted in New Zealand capitulating the way that they did. If it was, I don't know, halftime 0-0 or even a 1-0, or if it was halftime 0-0, if they weren't winning, then I think that some serious nerves would have set in. But that's more so going to show next match. Who are they playing, by the way?
As it stands, they'll play South Korea in the next round, but obviously we need to wait for the third place things to
we'll see how it goes.
I don't think they'll play South Korea. I think they're out. I think they're gonna play Senegal.
As it stands, they're playing South Korea, but
yeah, we have to see. But either way, I mean, South Korea they'll beat in my opinion, but Senegal would be tough. I would back Senegal in that game to beat them.
Yeah, I think England are matched up with Senegal at the moment, so we'll see how that happens. At least we don't need to face Ecuador anymore. That's a positive, I guess. But what about the Egypt-Iran game? Obviously, Egypt took an early lead, and then Iran missed a penalty, and then scored a kind of really very interesting goal. And then right at the very end, Iran score a goal, which is adjudged to be offside in the 93rd minute. That would have been their biggest moment in World Cup history. Nawaz, my brother, Belgium game, Egypt game. Where are we at with those two things? And how close were we to getting Iran top in this group?
Very close, because it took an offside decision that made a lot of fans obviously scratch their heads. Obviously, the rule of the offside is that there needs to be two players in front, basically in front of the offside player. And because the goalkeeper was so ahead and there was only one player in front of him, it meant that obviously the second last player, if he must be some complication right there where you have to be in front of the second player as well.
Yeah, so that third, that third guy at the very end that was playing the guy one side, he essentially becomes the goalkeeper in that situation. That's why it became offside.
And that's how close it was. It was a 93rd minute goal that got disallowed. Obviously, would have allowed Iran then to qualify, but that wasn't deemed the case. And then Egypt actually, also make another historic milestone here, making it to the knockouts. So it was an amazing game. It just seen as more of a pride match than anything. Egypt, Citizen Mo did call for it to be a tight encounter. It would have low-key been a battle had that goal gone in. But now Egypt's their World Cup dream lives on. I believe they're versing Australia next. And
Switzerland.
Australia.
Australia. I was thinking of Iran. Yeah, but that'll be an interesting game.
That will be an interesting game as well. And I think it is a game that can allow Egyptians to still dream and believe that they can go further in the competition.
Yeah. And I mean, Mac, obviously Ranish actually put it in the chat. It's a good point that she makes. He goes, Iran is having a disadvantage. You have to travel all the way back to Mexico after the match. It is so unfair. And most of their games are actually not even in Mexico. I don't know why the people making this tournament didn't just go, you know what, if Iran can't go to America, let's put their games in Mexico. It made no sense. But anyway. But they made it through. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think Taremi touched on that. Like, it's a huge disadvantage of them going back and forth, even each day getting searched on a day. It's been hard for them, and anyone in that position will feel it. But I think Iran on the day will also be kicking themselves due to that penalty miss. Forget the offside goal. If Taremi puts that goal away, Iran goes straight through to the next round. So big decision. He's a big player. He should be putting them away on the day. But it's a bit disappointing from their side. But I hope they sneak in as that third place. I'm just hoping that
I think they will.
7 and 8.
Yeah, because their goal difference is pretty good.
3 points.
Their goal difference is 0 because they've drawn 3 games. But Mac, just real quick, can you rate me the worst penalty? Fuck, Mac, can you rank me the worst taken penalties this tournament? With Lionel Messi versus Austria, Mehdi Taremi against Egypt, and who's the other guy? Jorgen Strand Larsen against France. Well, one's the worst, three's like not so bad.
Okay, I think we'll put Taremi in 3, then Messi, and then Strand Larsen. Because Messi at least went for the corner and tried to put it. But Strand Larsen.
I think Messi messed it on purpose, bro. I think Messi low-key knew, okay, there's a record here. It's going to be a historical moment. I don't want it to be a penalty. He messed it on purpose, and then he scored the banger afterwards.
Well, Noaz, you give
Has
it.
to take top.
Noaz, give us your ranking. Does it change at all or no?
I just put Messi. Yeah, I'll probably put Messi 3rd, and then Taremi, then Strand Larsen.
So, by the way, guys, what you've just seen is just this natural Messi glaze that's happening all over the world. He completely missed the goal, by the way. Messi's the only one that missed the goal, but somehow it's the third. It's the best one out of those 3. Apparently, this is the Messi sort of propaganda. This is where we have to talk about the.
Bro went for the corner, bro. Went for the corner. These guys didn't go for the corner. They just went getting on target.
So, if I had a Berriese in that list, would you put him 4th because he actually went for it?
I'll put Gabriel probably 4th.
Mac just can't get away with this.
You'll need to do this for me next year. I can't take this anymore. And although we're on the Premier League, we need to do this.
Never bring up the fact that they won the Prem. Never ever. That's the rule, bro, on this show. And if they do, just shut up in it. But yeah, final score England versus panel prediction. Everyone's basically gone for a win for England. And then Mo actually asked, but we'll move on to the previews in a moment. But Mo actually asked, and we'll do this as the last one. What do you guys think of Australia? Are Egypt beating them?
Oh, Australia always surprise people at the World Cup. For some reason or the other, they turn up. Egypt have been good, but let's not forget, Egypt have only had 1 win in their whole World Cup history. I'm sure Australia have had more wins than them. So, from a confidence point of view, Egypt would still be high, even though they qualify. But I think it's going to be a very tight game, and it's going to go down to the wire where Egypt win the game, but probably like in extra time or on penalties.
Tawid, clip that, because if that actually does happen, we're gonna have to marvel at that. But let's move on. Max speaks for everybody on that. Let's move on to the previews for today. So obviously we spoke about Group L, which was England's group. Now let's move on to Group K, which is probably the most interesting one tonight. Colombia. This is a group with Colombia, Portugal, Congo, and Uzbekistan. Colombia topped the group with 6 points. Portugal second in 4 points. Congo in third in 1 point. Uzbekistan on 0 points. Uzbekistan cannot move on because they've got a -7 goal difference. So unless they beat Congo by like 10 goals, I don't see them going any further than the group stage. But let's go with Mr. Big Dot Pav. Colombia, Portugal. I was going to say Donkey Kong. Fuck. Because I saw Kong and DR Congo.
I'm so excited
I'm
so excited for the Portugal versus Colombia game. Hopefully we don't see what we saw for France, Norway. Please, guys. I think that it's going to be a banger. I think it's going to be 3-2 Portugal. Just because both teams are so strong, so offensive, but I think that Portugal just has that extra added quality, especially in the midfield. I can't wait for this game, though, man. This is going to be amazing. Downtown Toronto is going to be popping. I will be there. This is going to be one of the games of the tournament.
Oh, is it in Canada, the game?
No. It's just everywhere's going to be popping. It's in Miami, actually.
Oh, okay. That's going to get lit after the game, bro.
Yeah. I'll take a flight. I'll take a flight to Miami. Yeah, right after. After.
Oh wait, I'm seeing actually Colombia. Yeah, actually there'll be some Colombian citizens in the Miami, downtown Miami and Brickell.
Most definitely.
So, yeah. Make sure you're over there, bro. If Colombia win, but yeah, no, definitely gonna be an interesting game. Mark, what are we saying? Where's this? How's this group? Let's talk about the group. Talk about the Portugal game and the Congo game. Where do you foresee the group ending?
I would love for Congo to slap these men up and Portugal to come out third. Okay, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Listen, everyone is underestimating Colombia and what they have in their team. I feel they're the better team between them and Portugal at this World Cup. Colombia is gonna beat Portugal for me. Especially Nuno Mendes hasn't been at his best. Okay, I know he scored that free kick, but on those overlaps, if he pushes up and somehow or the other he gets stuck there, we know Munoz, bro. That guy has got 2 goals already this World Cup. So if he pushes up, he does his thing, anything can happen. So I'm hoping to see a Colombia, Congo, and then Portugal. But DR Congo will beat Uzbeks by like I think 3 or 4, but I don't see Colombia beating Portugal by that amount of goals. So ultimately it would be Colombia for me, Portugal, and then DR Congo.
Nawaz?
Yeah, I think this is definitely an exciting group. One thing's for certain, I don't think anyone's really confident in any of the games. Not any of the games. Sorry, Colombia and Portugal. Colombia winning both of their opening 2 games. I don't think any of us would have really been surprised considering just against Congo and Uzbekistan. But this is like the first time that they've done so since 2014. And then obviously Ronaldo had a historical game in his last game, even though it was against Uzbekistan, being the, I think overtaking Eusebio as Portugal's all-time leading goal scorer at World Cups. I think just in general, or maybe it was in World Cups. In World Cups, sorry. And then also him scoring in 6 consecutive World Cups. I think it'll be interesting because obviously it's Munoz versus Ronaldo, essentially top goal scorer versus top goal scorer. Who would have thought that would be the battle? But I think Portugal and Colombia probably draw this game. I think Colombia are looking strong, like Mac has been saying. And then that would leave Colombia to still top the group, Portugal to finish second. And DR Congo need a win in order for them to have any sort of chance, being one of the 8 best third-place teams. So I think they are -1 goal difference. They will need at least minimum of like 4 to stand a good chance. So DR Congo, Dr. Congo to win Uzbekistan by 4 goals. So 4-0, 5-1.
Worth on 4 points, to be honest. Like, I think that anyone who's on 4 points, I think, irrespective of goal difference, you're chilling. I mean, I don't know why you guys are so down on Portugal, to be honest, man. I think they just got way too much. I think this is a really good litmus test because obviously we know iron sharpens iron, right? This is a perfect litmus test for Portugal to get ready for the knockouts. Obviously, they had Dr. Congo, as we mentioned. They had Uzbekistan where they romped them. This is now an opportunity to get ready for the knockout stages. Obviously, if they finish first, they play on the easier side of the group. And, of course, we get to see Messi versus Ronaldo. Why is no one talking about this? If Portugal win this group, we get Messi versus Ronaldo one final time. Like, this is, and they're, well, Messi's obviously better now, and Ronaldo's still all right? So it's like, we're going to have a competitive game of Messi versus Ronaldo. I feel like if you're a football fan anywhere in this world, bro, you should be begging for a Portugal win, because if Portugal win, they then play Argentina in the quarterfinals, obviously, if everything goes through, unless Cape Verde ruin that and knock out.
You've convinced me.
Yeah, come on, man. We gotta hope. Even Pav and Mac, the ultimate Ronaldo haters, yeah. You gotta just want Ronaldo to win, man. Oh, Portugal to win, sorry. So then we can get Messi Ronaldo. Because also for your little arguments, it'll be like, oh, Argentina played Portugal and Messi beat Ronaldo again. That could be your little narrative that you can spin. So another opportunity to hate. By the way, Pav, you're muted.
That would be cinema. We need that. We need Messi versus Ronaldo. Infantino will put the call in as well to make that happen.
Come on, bro.
I think Ronaldo will win. Yeah, this corruption is going to happen this game.
If that has to happen, Paul Uzi will be crying. We don't want to see that. So for brotherhood, no, but for football fans, yes.
I'm telling you, the script though, right? Like let's not beat around the bush here. If Messi got given a script in Qatar, I'm telling you, Ronaldo's been given a script here in North America. So I think Ronaldo still he'll win by hook or by crook. When that game happens, Ronaldo will come out on top.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, we will see what happens, but everyone's going to be celebrating for Portugal today because, to be honest, we can't trust that Portugal and Argentina are going to make it to the final, right? So they're not going to meet unless Portugal win this game. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. And obviously, we're talking about one man, Ronaldo. Let's go over to Messi. It's kind of a non-starter, this. And I don't really want to talk about... I don't want to talk about Argentina versus Jordan because it doesn't have to mean anything. Because Argentina already top of the group, already gone through as the winners. Austria, Algeria. Now, this is an interesting one because both teams kind of don't want to win, right? So this reminds us of the Austria-Germany game back in 1982, which is the reason why teams now in the World Cup play at the same time, because Austria and Germany all those years ago had to basically neither of them needed to win to get through, so they both decided to draw the game, and that knocked out Algeria, who actually are involved in this again, right? So Mac, man, like Austria, Algeria. What do you think? How do you think they're gonna play this out? Because you talked about Norway yesterday, like purposely selling a game, but now, like, what's the sell gonna be like?
Not sure. I honestly don't know what to expect in this match. Like I'm literally on the Petkovic chain. I've always been on his chain for Algeria, and I've been supporting them. But I honestly don't know how this is gonna play out. I hope Algeria win, but I see a game full of goals. I think a game full of goals. I'm gonna, like I said before, I think it's gonna be a high scoring encounter. 3-3. I think both teams are just gonna go for it. It's a nothing game basically. Although I say that on the other hand, if one of them lose, then it's a problem. So could be in it. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, because what is the? I actually forgot. I watched a video on it in terms of like what happens if Austria win or Algeria win. I don't get like. I forgot what the
whoever finishes third would get like an easier route, isn't it? Like
no, but it's asking if they win. If one of them win, the other team is knocked out.
Don't joke. Shit.
Yeah, because they're both on 3 points.
Yeah.
And the goal difference isn't that good.
So they'll have to play to win then.
Yeah, but if they draw, then both of them go through.
Sure. I don't even know that.
Because what are they on? They're both on 3 points. What Algeria's on -2. Algeria can't lose. Because if they lose, then they're tied with Scotland. And then Austria, Wait, Austria as it stands, Austria will play Spain. Oh, okay, so you don't want to finish second, but you also don't want to finish third, right? Because if Algeria low key, -2 goal difference might not be enough to get them through to the next round. Oh, this is interesting, bro. Game theory in real time, right? Yeah. This is pure game theory. Wow. Because he wants to play Spain.
You have to win this game. You have to win this game.
But low-key, Spain are there for the taking. I don't think they're as good as sold.
Actually, I think both teams will go for the win. They will go for the win. Because when you go into a match, you're never thinking about just get the draw. You're always thinking about having winning.
Unless you know it. You know. You're getting into games.
I have no clue. I can't even support the guy what he was thinking.
Yeah, well, we will see. Well, let's do some quick, just scoreline. No lines. Just give us a scoreline. We'll go around. We'll start with Pav. Argentina, Jordan, Austria, Algeria. Just give us a little scoreline.
I got Argentina 3-0 Jordan, and I have Austria beating Algeria 2-1.
Okay, Mac.
I'm gonna go Algeria, Austria 3-3, and then Argentina, Jordan 4-0 to Argentina.
Noaz.
Austria to win Algeria 2-1, and Argentina to win Jordan by 5-0.
Interesting. Well, we will see. That is the late kickoff. But for now, we will be doing a preview of South Africa, Canada. We'll be saying goodbye to Mr. Big.Pav. Thank you for joining us. We will see you on tomorrow's show. Enjoy the Croatia game, the Hrvatska. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I'm a Hrvatska. Canada's going to get the dub as well. Trust me. Can't wait for that. That being said, I'm going to go watch the game now. I think the national anthems might have already happened, but I'm going to go. Have fun, boys. It's always good to talk with you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Right, awesome. Enjoy the game, bro.
Yeah, see you guys.
See you, man.
All right, well, because he's gone, we can do some South Africa propaganda. That's what we could do.
Canada don't even know how to play football. Oh, Prem is still here. No, but I think in all honesty, like us versus Canada allows South Africans to still like dream, like Canada are like a decent. They still are a decent footballing country and footballing nation, and they know how to play ball. That's for sure. But I think South Africa have like matured now into this competition. The first game was definitely us playing the occasion and not the opponent. I think Hugo Broos and the boys actually now would also have They would have set the goal in the beginning of the tournament to say, okay, let's escape the group, and that would be deemed a success. I know different goals for different countries, right? So right now we can play with even more freedom because we've already achieved our goal. And the fact that, like I said, it's against Canada, it allows us to dream. I think it's still a country that we can definitely play our football against and still come out on top. I don't think they should really change the winning formula that much. I would still play Evidence Makopa in the strike position. I would play Relem of Keng. He should start as well. And also Napolis as well should be starting. And I think if those guys start and we go with a similar approach, playing with wingers and an outlet ball, we should win the game.
Mac?
Yeah. I agree with Noah's. Like, everyone gave Hugo Bruce shit, okay, for the first game.
Actually, wait. Mac. I'll respond to that again. I'll just, for a clip, I'll go. Okay. Mac, how does South Africa beat Canada and get through to the round of 16?
Okay. Everybody gave Hugo Bruce shit first, okay? But going into the next two games after that Mexico game, they thought he was listening to social media. He's going to do his own thing. But if people actually watch South Africa play over the last few years, this is the brand of football he's been playing and delivering. Like, we have been absolutely insane at the AFCON in the qualifiers. In Africa in general, we have been good. Okay. But now, going into this Canada game, I always say take it one game at a time. Now, we're going to have to take it one quarter at a time due to these different hydration breaks again. Okay, those first 20 minutes, we need to make sure we are in the game. Keep it at 0. After that, assess the situation and then go for it. Because Canada are going to be a high attacking team. And these are the teams we actually do well at. Like, on high press, I keep on mentioning, when we played Mexico, we were lost. We forget about that game scrap. Czechia, they didn't high press at all. All they did was sit back, they got their goals, and hope for the best. The third game fell perfectly in our hands. Korea high pressed us, and we showed, invite the press, clip it over the top, get in behind. And this is the exact same thing that could happen against Canada. So it's going to be a good game for both teams in terms of a tactical game. Canada versus South Africa. Low block, counter attack versus high pressing team. So when we get into it, it's going to be a tasty encounter. And I back South Africa. I know I'm touching my Arsenal badge, but
I was going to say,
don't do that. Why would you do that, bro?
I'm pointing to my heart, okay? I believe in my country. They're going to get over the line. It's going to be a close one. But you know how you say 1-0 to the Arsenal? I'm going to go 1-0, Bafana.
It sounds like it, though, because imagine Bafana actually go through and win by 1-0 again. Then it's like, 1-0. To the
Bafana. Spain has done it in South Africa, okay? Winning 1-0 scorelines across the board. So we can do the same. So let's hope we can follow that journey.
It's going to be It's going to be historic regardless, man, because Canada haven't made the round of 16 before. South Africa definitely haven't made the round of 16. Yeah. I mean, I won't go too heavy on definitely, but they haven't made the round of 16 before, right? And obviously, just obviously one step at a time, but let's just take one extra step into the next round, right? If you guys beat Canada, the team that you will be facing will be Morocco. Okay, let's just focus on this game. Let's focus on this game. Let's focus
on
Morocco,
guys.
Coming up afterwards.
It's fine. Let's talk about
it's Netherlands or Morocco,
or our okay. There's a burger in KFC called the Colonizer Burger. Oh shit, never mind.
Netherlands. I forgot about Netherlands. Yeah, Afrikaans, mate. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, you want to be.
We know the Dutch, bro. We know their style.
Dutch, bro.
They've integrated into South Africa already. So don't worry, bro. We'll deal with them.
No, but I think if you want a team, I would take Morocco over the Netherlands. The Netherlands, bro, they have too much height, and as you see in the South African team, height is a problem. So
I would love to see our players in the same field, sharing the field with the likes of Van Dijk and Gravenberg and all these incredible players, But I don't think Morocco get the job done against the Netherlands. So I think we would be busting the Netherlands.
No, man. Netherlands are Fugazi, bro.
It's just
Netherlands are Fugazi.
They don't beat China.
My dark horses, bro. I have to manifest them.
I know. Mine's Belgium.
They're gonna make it
Bro.
into the
That's
final.
how I feel. My fucking dark horse is Belgium. They're gonna get bounced by whoever they play.
Mine is Senegal, bro. Imagine.
Yeah, if they play England, bro, you're cooked. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but also another thing to touch on, Mbukazi could be on his move to the Premier League.
Huh? What you mean?
He's linked with Forest.
Oh,
Okay.
shit! He's gonna
I
be
can
my
see that,
FPL,
yeah.
bro. He ain't moving, bro. He's gonna be my FPL.
Mbukazi, bro. I think it would be perfect for teams like
That's
Forest,
Murillo,
like
yeah.
Sunderland in the past, Everton.
I'll take him in
That's like a
Newcastle,
better version
bro.
of Murillo.
Low key,
I
bro.
think
I'll
legit,
take him in
he's like-
Newcastle.
He's a better version of Murillo.
Could be.
All right,
But
fuck it out.
Even
Do that. He can kick a ball. I'll be honest. He
there's
can
a-
actually
Where's
kick a
Murillo?
ball.
Is
Wait,
Murillo playing for his nation at the World Cup? I thought so.
Nah. Listen, where's Hamza? Come back. I need to tell you the stats. Come back.
So I'll just turn the light on.
They did a ranking for the best centre backs at the World Cup. Guess who City are number one?
What in terms of performance at the World Cup?
Yes, with ratings and everything.
Oh, okay. Obviously, who is it, Mike?
Imagine, Mbukazi. Imagine. I was since about 20 years of age, hailing from KZN.
Yes,
That was
Hamza.
the biggest
20 years, Hamza.
Had to
Fairs,
throw
man.
that in, Hamza.
No, fairs, bro.
So-
Fairs. No, man.
Who
It's
does his
beautiful.
fairs?
It's beautiful. You guys actually have a proper team. It shows what investment does. And you were saying that African team's not going to win the World Cup ever. It's funny because they're going to win one this season. So yeah, it'll be interesting, bro. Interesting
Can
when,
we-
when you have
happens
egg
every
midget on your
day.
face.
I'll hold my hands up by.
Can we touch on something though, right? Because like obviously the African teams that are doing well, besides South Africa, are the countries that don't have their like development and investments in house within the country. So South Africa are actually quite unique in that sense, where all of these players we have like 100%. Okay, I don't want to be so political. 100% birth rate, right, within the country of our players, right?
Facts.
Like that's the thing. So that's crazy. Like the fact that we can at least hold a bit of pride in that sense.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I agree with you on that aspect. Considering the other countries have all European-based born players. I agree with you. Even
Well,
Cape Verde,
okay.
bro.
Obviously, we'll do a deeper dive tomorrow. But let's lock it in. I'll go round in the table. South Africa, Canada. Nawaz Tule. What is going to happen?
All right. Obviously, when I had my safety net, I went for the alternative. This time now, there's no safety net, so I'm going to have to go for the reality. So I'm going to definitely be going with a 1-0 to the Bafana. 1-0 to Bafana. 1-0.
I agree with Noah's. I agree. That song is sounding trendy, sounding tasty, and may it continue. We need the department to look at this video, okay? We need to get this video out. In case we make the round of 16, we need our tickets for those games. So,
Genuine, yeah, honestly.
I'm backing Noah's on that. 1-0, Bafana. We're going to do it. It's going to be a tight game, but I think we have it in us to take it over the line.
Yeah, I can see that.
must have
I will. Yeah. My heart bleeds Bafana, right? I know I've got to stop on. It's just cosplaying. I'm cosplaying as an England fan, right? If I make a decision with my head is literally saying it's a home tournament. Canada have played well. They've offered probably more than I think South Africa have, right? Defense probably isn't as strong, but their attack is lethal, right? It can really create something out of nothing. My head prediction, 2-0 Canada. My heart prediction, 4-0 South Africa. So let's put it in the middle. Let's go 0-0 South Africa to win on penalties.
Sure, I don't even know if we have the mentality for penalties, but I wouldn't mind that.
Rodman is actually good at saving penalties, so.
Oh, actually, I forgot
yeah,
about
Rodman.
Rodman Williams. Okay, I forgot about
Rodman's
that.
good, yeah.
0-0
But
Canada
goal
to win on
scorers.
penalties, scoring the first 4 penalties, yeah? And Rodman
No,
Williams
no,
going on
what
the
is
wrong
it?
side.
Rodman's
of
good.
He-
Rodman is
he's
good.
kidding.
at penalties.
Screw that guy, bro. He had to bleach my eyes after watching him against Czechia, man. You don't understand, bro.
He
I'm
played
telling everyone,
broken
yeah,
down
South Africa
against,
good, South Africa good. Bro, you know how cooked I got for telling everyone that South Africa good. Rodman Williams, man, he's a bane of my life. Honestly, I got so
No,
cooked. You know,
South
all this,
Africa
keep this
good.
fucking dog shit. I'm like, yeah, actually, you're
Nah.
so right. He's
He's
so ass. All he does is
he's
kick the
good at
ball.
penalties, though.
But you,
Yeah.
like, you know what's funny? That, like, you could have at least gotten some order from your friend group and stuff because you knew early that South Africa was going to make it out the group, which I don't know what was the odds on that. But you know what? It
And you
happened.
know Amukazi, so.
And you know what?
And Satoli. And I know Satoli before the whole
You know
world
what's
knew
funny?
Satoli.
You knew Satoli before everyone else. Genuine. That's so funny, Wala.
Brilliant,
And you
brilliant.
knew. It was one more guy.
And you,
Okay, wait,
Hugo. You guys,
Lamine
said, one of you lot said Hugo in the chat, and I thought you meant Akatike. Somebody said, "Oh, Hugo's on a mad one." I was like, "Oh, Akatike." I went straight to a story. I was like, "Oh, Akatike."
I think it was me.
Yeah, I think it was you. I was like, "Oh, Akatike, what's he done?" Let's find out.
Even Waffle King could be on his way to.
I've been telling us about our Lamine Yamal, but he keeps on rolling his eyes, bro.
So.
No,
big
Robert
moves there.
Isaac. What's his name? Is McQuenna in for this game, by the way?
Yeah, McQueen will be back.
Okay,
Like,
What about the guy who did GBH in the first game? Is he there or not?
Who was that?
The stupid prick that got the red card towards the end of the Mexico game.
Oh,
And went
no,
like
he's not
this.
back.
Oh, Tempazwane.
No, he's not back. The next game you'd be back for.
Okay, so he'll be there to get cooked by... not cooked. He'll be there to play against Morocco. Okay, interesting.
And he cooks against Morocco, so.
But yeah, if you're a South Africa fan, put your prediction, just scoreline in the chat. I'm interested to see what you boys say. But that is today's episode. We went a little bit over 1 hour, but South Africa chat happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No goals in the Group L game so far. Saka came close, and so did Rashford. But thank you very much for watching, everybody. Tomorrow there will be no show, but there will be a show straight after the first knockout game on Monday, which I believe is somebody against somebody. I think it's
Germany against somebody. Team.
It is. Oh, it's Brazil Japan. We will be live straight after Brazil Japan. Right, so it could be after extra time, could be after whenever it is. We will jump on. We will do a show talking about South Africa's win against Canada. We're doing a show about Brazil's loss to Japan. We'll be doing a show prior to Germany's win against Paraguay. So, yeah, we'll be talking about all of that. So, if you want to join us for that, make sure to drop a follow. Mohammed Azhar, you're a legend, bro. You always have been, never haven't. So thank you for staying for the whole show. And yeah, we will be live on Monday after the Japan-Brazil game. And we'll be live on Tuesday after whatever games on Tuesday. We'll be live every single day for the rest of the tournament. So make sure you follow, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like, and make sure you're following all these guys, Corner Flag, Max Said. Make sure you're following on YouTube as well. And yeah, we will see you on Monday after Brazil-Japan. Come on, England.
Righto.
Alrighty, man.